Is everybody physically, if not emotionally, prepared?
Yes.
Yes.
I forgot to share a link. Which I'm doing. I'm just slow. I will put in Discord for any ambient sounds and stressful combat music, if such things arise. Otherwise, hi, welcome.
Okay.
I think we covered like some of housekeeping, which Kai, you got the spell that was outstanding.
Yes.
Choosing a pratfall.
Yeah. Could have some fun with that.
Oh dear. Is Terrell going to end up all on her ass all the time?
No, it's for bad guys, isn't it?
Yeah, it's for baddies.
Maybe. I don't think it said that in the description.
Oh, I wanted to mention something that I think we've all forgotten about, which is Terrell, many sessions ago, when you guys fought the giant slug, your shield was damaged.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, so it's only giving you 1 AC right now. So I
Oh.
thought I'd mention that before you left town.
Yeah, I should probably get that fixed.
Oh, and I also wanted to like say something about I think we've totally forgotten that Kai has arcane recovery because he's like a wizard.
What does that mean?
You get some spell slots back during a short rest, up to half of your spell level, and it's rounded up, I think. Yeah. So like right now you would normally get up to 3 levels worth of spell slots back. But you have the arcane grimoire item that not only gives you like +1 on your spell saves and DCs, whatever. Not spell saves. I don't know. It gives you +1 on spell stuff. But it also gives you +1 to your arcane recovery, which means you recover up to 4 levels spell slots rather than 3. If that makes sense. So like rather than recovering 1 fireball, you can recover a fireball and a magic missile.
Okay.
So I thought I'd mention that because it's important. Yet I know we'll forget it again, but hey, trying. And I went over it with you, but like for Kim, for spells, if you want to have all the other spells, there's like a bunch of modules to activate. Under if you go to what do you go to? The modules button in the library. There is a help in the high forest one. There are 2 that are called deep magic. And there's also a Vault of Magic items one, but I don't know if you'll like, that's more for like Kai. That's for crafting stuff. But for the next time you want to pick out a spell,
Okay.
I have those activated so you have all your choices.
There is a potion of superior healing in the party sheep inventory, and do we know who was supposed to be taking that?
You guys did not choose.
Okay, well I've got lay on hands, so I would say give it to someone else. So you two fight amongst yourselves.
Let
me see.
I've got a potion of greater healing and a potion of healing.
I guess that means I'll take it.
Okay.
Superiorly healed.
Yeah.
So summer of last, I think that's it for housekeeping. I'm probably forgetting something, but okay. Last session, we all did narrative stuff. Again, not fighting anything. You looted Amelia Monitas's study. You got your golem command codes. You got a ring of keys. You got some other magic stuff. And you tried to find your way out of that place because you were done. Your departure took a little bit of extra time because there was a set of invisible stairs. But otherwise it was largely uneventful. You learned that you gained approval from the tower cats. And thereby the rooms that you have successfully visited now are unlocked to you if perchance you ever return.
Okay.
sounds a little ominous. if, if you ever return. Dun dun dun. But I don't mean it to be ominous. It just kind of hit me as I said it out loud, like I'm threatening you, like, if you ever return. You made your way back to the alchemy shop to settle your reward with Bitch Bloomwiffler. Since you found the lockbox key the apprentice wanted. Unfortunately, none of you guys wrote down exactly what Bitch had promised you in reward. So you got that potion of superior healing, and you got like 1,000 platinum. And you decided you wanted Bench's services identifying the magic items you already had. Like, even the Cloak of Squirrels could not tempt you. So
I really wanted that.
So you found it. I mean, purchasing, you do have a lot of money, so you could always go back and buy it, I guess. If you really, really want it.
That is also tempting.
You learned that you had a set of gallant footwear. So it, like, the footwear has an illusion where you can change how they look once a day if you want to. They also allow the wearer to cast prestidigitation. But also they have an artifact ability that can be used every 10 years. Like whoever puts them on and attunes them to them gains +2 to permanently to one of their lowest ability scores.
Cool.
Making
So
the wearer
those-
just a little bit more fabulous all around.
Yeah.
So you guys decided to think about who might want to use those boots and get the ability bonus. But you haven't decided it yet.
That's right.
In fact, you probably haven't even thought about it.
I thought about it. I mean, they were in my possession, but you know, we can negotiate.
I mean, honestly, if I go back and get that Cloak of Squirrels, I'm going to give up all sort of claim to the boots. So.
You also acquired an inkwell that refills with fine ink each day, which is super handy for someone like Kai, who's not made out of money, but has to like use ink to scribe spells. Have you looked at how much money you guys have? You have a lot of money.
I need to make sure I've got plenty of arrows.
You have plenty of arrows.
Okay. Are we not going to worry about the details of that? We're just like we buy arrows.
I guess that other housekeeping thing was like, you know, like I threw a bunch of stuff out of your inventories.
Okay.
Like we had the whole discussion about, you know, food weighs so much.
Yeah.
And here's poor Kai with newly armed, trying to lug about like 20 meal replacement kits and whatever.
Are they protein shakes?
All these protein shakes. He's got a case of Ensure strapped to his back. I just... that got me. I'm like, maybe it's Slim Fast because he wants to say elfin and willowy or something. No. This is ridiculous. You found a pair of Emilia Montas' socks of the well-rested, and these recover 1 free hit die roll of temporary hit points during a short or long rest, which is also kind of nice. Oh, at this point, I will interject that we overlooked something during all this identification. I forgot about the mysterious ring you found in Emilia's study. So let's
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, let's recon that a little bit, as if he did examine that. Now, Bench Bloomwiffler, being Emilia's former apprentice, recognized several items that you had, and he expressed interest, tried to purchase several of them. So, you know, there was some you gave to us. Definitely got a sense sometimes when he was examining things for you, or you really showing him things. He like recognized some of Emilia's stuff, but when you showed him this ring, he did not recognize it. It was obvious he hadn't seen such a ring before. But studying its unique design and the inlaid amethysts that resembled like the ridges and sulky of like a cerebral cortex, Bench's identification abilities, such as they are, declared this piece of jewelry to be a ring of mind shielding.
Okay.
He said it was an attunable item with auras of abjuration, illusion, and necromancy energy. As he understands such things while wearing it, one is immune to magic that allows other creatures to read one's thoughts, determine whether they're lying. So it's like a shield against Zone of Truth. Know their alignment or their creature type. And creatures can telepathically communicate with someone wearing this ring only if they allow it. So like it's also like a shield to like that effect that the trash god had in the sewers, trying to fill your minds with like gross images of trash. So it's a ring that would have been a shield to that kind of thing. So that's that thing. With coin, a fancy healing potion, and the items identified, you left the alchemy shop and you went across the street to the Elkhorn Emporium. To get that statue, your pal Pashov was gone. The town militia had taken his place. This meant you had to employ a little bit of stealth to enter the establishment, even though you had acquired a key. Yelena and Kai took care of the stealth part, finally locating the wooden statue of Angarad that the Emerald Enclave charged you to deliver to Parnast. Since it was solid wood and a good 6 feet tall, the statue barely fit within the party's bag of holding. Which is also a reminder that there's at least one other statue and some figurines that you recovered during your time in the Secomber sewers in that bag of holding.
Wow, okay. Build up a collection there.
I mean, you can carry them. You can carry it across Faerun if you want to. But there is some stuff that you could get rid of potentially before you leave Secomber. You delivered the Golem control codes to Captain Cudgel Mousetrap, the second Rod of Secomber, who's responsible for the town militia and defense. It was a bit of a walk and talk because apparently your employer, Lady Bellafana, and the other rich guys had gotten up to some shenanigans during the day that recovered some incriminating evidence proving the first Rod, Daryl Logan's, collusion with the fire and earth cultists in town. So Captain Kitty was on the way to the Cat and Cucumber for a raid to apprehend and take the first Rod into custody. But with the codes in hand, Captain Kitty proceeded to activate the town defenses, formerly commanded by the late wizard Amelia Amanitas. You witnessed the two massive stone statues of Amelia Amanitas and the archwizard Elminster that previously decorated the plaza of Municipal Hill come to life and move through Secomber toward the river. Likewise, the gargoyles that outside the cat sanctuary had loitered without any purpose now formed ranks to guard the town's battlements. Maybe relieved that Secomber was now equipped to defend against the return of the water cultists, you shuffled back to the Singing Sprite Inn for some kip. Unfortunately, you found the lords and lady of your acquaintance actively plotting some more hijinks. Lady Bellafania showed you up to her quarters only to reveal the corpse of Flo, the water emissary cultist that the cultists had been making such a big deal over. Apparently the Richie Riches had located them at the Cat and Cucumber, but it had failed to rescue them in time before they were dead. You did find out that the Wrath of Glass people had used the love potion that that was Madame Groche had acquired at the alchemy shop that you'd tracked her.
Mm-hmm.
They'd used it on this emissary as part of the interrogation and questioning. And Lady Bellafana had been in like rat form while she was snooping around, and she heard them question the water cultist about an outpost at Loudwater, as well as the locations of relics called Heartsong, the Hornblades, and the Horn of the Forest. And Terrell made a note of this because all of these things are tied to your god, Maliki.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, y'all are tired. You didn't want to know about anything else. After extracting a promise from Lady Bellafana that whatever she was up to, she wasn't going to die, and the caravan was leaving town tomorrow, y'all went to sleep.
I imagine we walked in saw a dead body and just turned right around and walked back out.
I mean, that is
No.
pretty much what we did.
I think Kai went to bed first. I was just like, peace out, see ya. I'm going to bed. I gotta start my beauty regimen. I gotta peace out. But the most responsible people in the party were like, are you sure you aren't gonna die before morning? Because we'd really like to go to sleep. I just like, I mean, I swear, I'm not gonna die before morning.
We don't have any spoons left. No more spoons.
No more spoons.
Oh dear.
Which I was trying to come up with like a meaningful speech, like to kind of like, you know, characterize the way that you guys are, your energy about this stuff.
They're like really bored teenagers.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
let's face it. Okay, you guys have been around. You've seen some stuff, and you know you're out here. Sure, you're out here to like you know, protect nature and stuff. Okay, Terrell and Yelena are out here to protect nature and stuff. You guys have a purpose. You signed up for the Emerald Enclave. You know, you have goals. You have like this mission. But you've also seen a lot of stuff, and you have experienced, you know that there's corruption and that there are problems all throughout the Sword Coast and the Savage Frontier. You know, and you've seen this between cultists that that are trying to like destroy the countryside and corrupt people in the villages to follow them, and between that and between the systems of governance like in your hometown where the person who is supposed to be in charge and looking after the interests of the people and respect old covenants absolutely didn't do that kind of thing. So you all have a certain bias about there's a lot of problems, and there's always a lot of problems. So when are these problems things that I need to actually spend my energy on them? When is this just a little teeny crisis, like a storm in a teacup? And when is this something that actually matters, that is going to make a difference? And you're constantly beleaguered with with a lot of requests. You guys have gotten to a point where you don't want to waste your time. Meanwhile, Kai, I'm not sure what Kai just, you know, doesn't want to go back to the Underdark. I don't know.
Yeah, he's running away from his past.
Kai's running away from his past, and he doesn't want too much hassle.
Exactly.
As long as he has money, as long as he has plenty of food, as long as he gets like plenty of rest, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
So you guys got a long rest, but Kai, it was early evening by the time the group settled down for a good night's skip. By the time midnight rolled around, however, Kai, you're finished with your meditation and recovery. Because you're an elf. It only takes you 4 hours. So you like take the cucumber slices off your eyes and you like start cleaning off the mud mask in your water basin. Because I have like retcon. You said like your early morning ritual is to like do a mud mask and stuff like that. But I've got in my head now that like because Kai just meditates, he just spends those 4 hours doing spa treatments.
Yeah.
And that's why you like you took so little damage at the earth ritual at the spa thing. Because that was just like a nice little nap for Kai. It was like super refreshing. Anyway, as Kai is washing the dried mud off of his face with some cold cream, he hears one of his least favorite sounds. And it starts as a hum that prickles your skin, and then the chanting kicks in, and a multitude of voices start whispering your name in Elvish, then Undercommon, then Arachnoid, then Common. I listen, Kai. Vinakshur Durun. Murder face. And there's a popping sound. And then silence. A glob of cold cream plops off of your chin, scruff, as you stare at the arrival, who's now floating in the wash basin in front of you. It's Spiderface.
Oh no.
And Spiderface starts just jabbering in guttural sounds. He's speaking arachnoid at you. Which last time when we checked, you don't speak it. We could do another intelligence check, though, to see if you're like, oh yeah, maybe I catch the drift of what he's saying. Or you can just choose to, like, ignore him.
Well, we can... Well, will he wash down the drain if I turn the tap on?
No, it's like a wash. It's just a bowl of water.
Oh.
No indoor plumbing. No running water indoors.
Right. Well, we can see if I can understand him. If not, I'll just toss the water out the window with the spider, I suppose. I don't know. Checks. Huh.
Oh yeah. Okay. So with the 22, the last time you're just so displeased to see Spiderface, you did not want to cooperate. But after a good night's rest, feeling dewy and fresh. I'm making myself laugh again. Crap. You're like, okay, let's humor this spider. What does it want? And you hear Spiderface say, "Hey, behold, it is Spiderface. I am here with the gift from your uncle. Happy Stone Shore!"
Is this some sort of Underdark holiday?
Yeah, do a history check.
Huh.
All right, dirty 20. As soon as Spiderface says Stone Shard, you're like, oh crap. It's the 7th of Marpanoch. And it's Stone Shard, your least favorite holiday. Because it's the holiday when people strive to not be idle. It's the most auspicious day for the start of new construction. And you're like, oh man. There's always these subtle threats about, like, yeah, you need to have an occupation and you need to get a job on this day. So you're kind of tense as Spiderface starts to wiggle around. And out of nowhere, out of his little spider body, he produces this toolbox that's easily 10 times his size. Like,
where was he storing that?
Yeah, like, where was he storing that? And you peer at it, and it's a set of mason's tools. Like, what are you going to do with that? He makes a few more sounds, like, alright, I noticed you still haven't sent your uncle a card. You know, it would be really nice. There you go.
I don't need a toolbox of mason's tools.
It's a gift. You're gonna throw a gift back in your uncle's face?
Oh.
What do you like? Whippersnapper.
Well, look, I can't be carting it around. I've just, with my noodle arms. I have an occupation.
So you give it to somebody else, one of your big hulky friends, Give it to the owlbear.
Okay. Right, okay.
Or like the really smart one.
Well, the other two are smart, so...
Well, they both speak arachnoid, so they're obviously pretty brilliant,
Yeah, okay. I can give it to somebody else, but yeah.
Yeah, just keep in mind, your uncle would really appreciate to know that you're doing all right, and that you're being like a productive member of some kind of society.
Well, I am being a productive member of Lots of societies, to be fair. I was just down in the sewers doing a lot of work.
Oh, sewer work!
Exactly. Sewer work. You don't know how hard it is to keep those sewers clean.
You know, as long as you're making the name for yourself in the subterranean, I think, you know, these are the first step to making, you know, your mom proud, your grandma proud. Actually, you probably don't want to make your mom proud right now, but your granny.
Yeah.
Hey.
My granny. So you can go back to the Underdark and just tell them that I'm not idle. And
All right, I'll tell your
doing
uncle and your
stuff.
nan that you're taking over the sewers, and you're gonna be like King Sewer soon. All right, they'll be happy. All right, well, don't spend it all in one place. I'll see ya. Reign and misrule, I guess.
Yeah. Okie doke. Thanks. Bye.
There's a little more humming and then another poof, and he just disappears with a little plop out of the wash basin.
Right. Oh gosh.
You still have 4 hours though before the others get up from their long rest. So is there anything you would like to do at that time?
Oh. Well, I guess I could be writing something. I don't know. Do I scribe spells or do I?
You could spend it
alchemy?
scribing some spells, or you could spend it working on an alchemy thing.
Yeah, I could work on an alchemy thing, but I couldn't tell you what I'd need to do.
Well, is there a particular alchemy thing that you have in mind that you would like to work on? And then I'll tell you what you have to do.
Is there an opportunity to do something with smoke bombs?
Is that with the wizard hat?
Judging by the expression, Rachel's like, what?
What? No. What?
Just generic smoke bomb?
Yeah, I think that's too high. No, I don't know. I don't know. Where's the alchemy stuff that I can read?
In the notes, there's a thing called Alchemy Recipes Kai knows.
Oh, I see.
Now, I believe you have like 50 gold pieces worth of alchemical supplies on you right now.
Yes, I wondered what that was. So I've got 50 gold pieces worth of alchemical supplies.
So
I mean, this all sorts, isn't there? I mean, the fire flask looks good. The alchemical ammunition would be good for like improving your laner's damage.
Yeah, so like the alchemical ammunition is like, say you made you had some alchemist's fire, you made some alchemist's fire, and then the ammunition would be like attaching it to some arrows for like Yelena to shoot.
Fun.
So that it does the arrow damage plus it does the flask damage.
Okay. Well, I can do that. So I chuck it at Yelena's arrows.
Do you
We'd
have
have to put them on the floor first?
do you have do you already have alchemist's fire in your inventory? I feel like you have some doodads.
In my inventory. I have alchemist supplies, alchemical recipe for rejuvenation.
Oh, that's that thing you found. Oh yeah, I didn't do that. I didn't do that in the summary, but there was like a thing where there was some indication that there was this recipe for rejuvenation that Emilio Monitas was looking for to try to turn back time before he died. And that's why he
Yeah.
needed Lady Belafana's wyvern egg for that, but
Right.
okay, I'm
But I haven't-
checking. You
yeah.
don't have what I was thinking about.
No. So I could make the a fire flask.
Yeah. So you can roll a Arcana check to create to do the the alchemist fire business. Okay, so with the 14, you successfully craft some alchemist fire. Roll a d4. Okay, you managed to construct 2 alchemist fire. And while you sneak into Yelena's room and we'll get 2 of her arrows. Roll another Arcana check to see if you successfully turn them into alchemical ammunition. All right, so you definitely do. You make 2 little fireburst arrows.
Nice.
With your
Yeah,
time,
I'll leave her a post-it note on her arrows just to let her know that they're firing.
they're fiery and bursting. And so subtract 45 from your alchemical supplies.
From the gold.
Yeah. Where it says
No,
alchemical
from the
supplies.
Oh right, yeah. Hang on a second then. Well, it says I've only got 1.
It's where it says 50 GP alchemy.
Yeah.
Make that 5.
Right, that's done.
And ta-da!
Ta-da!
Now, let's see if did I actually prepare items to give to Yelena? Of course not. But that might just be a problem for future us.
Where do I get the gold alchemy gold pieces from then? Where did they come from?
You can either buy more alchemy supply kits at like an alchemy shop, or you can scavenge for alchemy supplies.
Okay.
I think at the very top of this document it says something about you can spend time to like forage.
Okay.
And like how much that recovers.
Forage, mundane alchemical supplies. Okay.
So like, when you're on the road or like even in town here, you could like use 4 hours to go scrounging around for alchemy supplies during your downtime.
Okay.
Okay. Me panic like, oh crap, why didn't I make arrows that are like equipped with stuff? But just have to remember, Yelena, you have 2 fire arrows and I will create an item for that. And basically they're like your normal arrows, but they also do 1d4 damage.
Okay, excellent.
And it's persistent fire damage. Unless they use an action to extinguish the flames. So 4 hours pass. And everybody starts waking up. Rested, refreshed. It's about dawn at this point. What is your first goal?
Breakfast.
Breakfast.
And you find 2 like fancy looking arrows with a little note from Kai.
Excellent. New toys. Did we hear any cacophony since this stuff was going on?
Y'all were dead to the world. And Kai was busy doing his thing. He didn't really go snooping beyond getting the 2 arrows. If you want, you could roll a perception check to see if while you were like getting the arrows to work on, you like noticed anything about what the Richies might have been getting up to.
Oh.
Okay, well that's a shot of moonshine for me. And okay, with the natural 20, you're minding your own business, Kai.
Mm.
But when you came back, when you were like sneaking around to get those arrows, as you're going back to your room, you see the Richies come up the stairs. They don't have any dead bodies with them, but they do have a pretty messed up looking Lord Jomont Shieldbriar. And so Lady Belafana, who has a few like scrapes and scratches, but by and large she looks okay. And the Garen Ravenshade cleric guy, he looks pristine. Other than just, he's wearing dark armor and stuff, so it's kind of like, shady looking. But like, they're like supporting Lord Jomont up the stairs. And you also notice that Lady Belafana has a really big sack over her shoulder. And you hear a very familiar sound, that of money jingling. You're pretty sure you can pick up some sound of some gems.
Okay.
Like a lot of loot. Like it sounds like thousands of gold and gems to your ears.
Oh.
And then coming up behind them is Ragnar and Badger Sweeney. And they look a little scuffy too, and everybody's wet. Like soaked. But Lord Jomont looks to be the only one who's really injured. But he's alive.
Okay.
So good for him. And Lady Belafana notices you, and she gives you like a thumbs up. And just kind of mouths the words, "Leaving tomorrow." And they duck out of sight, and you go back to your room.
Okie dokes. I relay this in a gossipy manner to Yelena and Terrell.
Terrell just rolls her eyes.
It's like, well, at least they're alive.
So you head downstairs for breakfast. There's not much music going on. There's a fair amount of people gathered and eating. Eggs and sausages all around. Breakfast beer. And Rumcup, the sprite, is kind of flittering around. But everybody's pretty sedate with early morning. Nobody's quite woken up yet. So it's a lot less boisterous than it was when you arrived back last night. And when you come downstairs, Lady Belafana is seated at a table. And she seems to be making some notes. And it looks, just from a quick glance, it seems to be a few a little bit of bookkeeping. A few accounts and figures that she's working on. But she sees you approach, and she smiles, and she wraps up all of her work and kind of tucks it away. Good morning. I hope you rested well.
Yes, thank you. How did your evening go?
Yeah, pretty good. We might have gotten the emissary back to the water cults.
Okay. Well, they did say they wanted him back. They didn't actually say if they wanted him alive or dead,
Oh, he's alive. Yeah, he's alive now. We just didn't deliver him personally, but I kind of feel like it's safe to assume that he's back with them now.
Okay. Well, then hopefully that's 2 ways of stopping them from coming back and attacking the town.
Yeah. I don't know. I was kind of hoping we might like part on good terms and stuff, but I think by the time we were done, he was a little fed up with us. Yeah.
Did he give you any information about where he'd been or why he'd been taken?
Oh, they just wanted to know stuff about the water cult. They're looking for some things. He wasn't really talkative about that, though. I didn't get any new information. Nothing that I didn't already overhear.
Okay.
But he helped us do what we needed his help with. So that was pretty cool. Because otherwise we're going to have to rely on the stuff that Jomont was working on. And I'm not sure I really rely on his mechanical aptitude. Anyway, you were successful with your day. So I've already sent out word to the rest of the caravan that we're departing. And given them a couple hours to get everything together. And we are all going to start progressing to the river gates by noon.
Okay. Terrell starts shoveling breakfast in quicker.
Yeah. I mean, still got like about 3-4 hours before we leave officially. They're still restricting the gates a little bit, mainly just letting people leave. And then, of course, citizens can come back, but otherwise...
I'm fairly sure we can have a word with Captain Kitty and he will let us out.
It's people heading out, that's fine. But
Okay.
because we're leaving by the river gate, they're only dropping the bridge periodically, and afternoon they're not going to be, they're going to raise it back up, just in case there's any trouble. I mean, between you having the defenses back in good order and the emissary probably back with the cult, they probably won't even show up. But people will be on guard just in case.
Okay, that's sensible.
Oh, the thing I forgot about, I think we agreed that you were like sending off letters to Captain Kitty about some other stuff.
Did we?
That we skipped in the walk and talk, but like you were gonna send information about the whole meetup at the Masons, about picking up the rest of the moon powder, and about
them being in the cellar.
Yeah, that like this afternoon the other cultists were gonna be hiding out underneath Madame Grochi's boarding house.
Yeah.
And that the steam and stone spa were like, bathhouse was like
Cult Central.
Cult Central. So let's just assume you did that with your breakfast.
Okay.
So yeah, if you have anything you need to wrap up before you leave out of town, I mean, I'll just plan on let's meet up at the river gate just before noon, and then we'll head out.
Okay.
Oh, I should mention Lord Jomont and Lord Garin. They are going to be here. Yeah, Lord Jomont needs to rest up a little. And it kind of felt like this was just give an opportunity to wait for those guys that he sent westward, back when we were at the crossroads. That protection detail, he sent like one of his scouts and a couple of his soldiers to Wumford after, we got ambushed by cultists. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, they're due back any day now, so he's gonna hang out here a couple more days with Lord Garin, and then catch up with us.
Okay.
Just send the rest of his soldiers on with us, on with the caravan. What's his name? He has recruited. Was it Rankin or Harkin or I don't know, that guy that you rescued in Ulavan?
Yes.
Yeah, he's decided that Lord's Hill doesn't really suit that soldier, so he's decided to hire him instead.
Okay.
So he'll be joining the caravan. Oh, and she pulls out a bag of coin. I just thought, maybe you've been doing such a good job, and everything seems to be taking much longer than I originally estimated. I'm kind of worried that we won't get to Parnas by the time your original contracted employment is up. So, would you be interested in just extending it, like to a second month, just in case?
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, we need to go to Parnast anyway, don't we? Me and Yelena with the statue. So
Right.
We might as well make.
Oh, you got that statue.
And we sure did.
Is it big?
it's huge.
Do I need to make space on a wagon?
That would be helpful, actually.
I mean, I think
That
we
way
could.
we can, if we can get it out of this bag of holding.
I'll see what I can do. Yeah, because we always have to like pack the luggage and everything. It's a bit of a science. I'll see if we can make room for it. What are the dimensions?
What are the dimensions? Hold on, let me see. I can tell you it weighs 500 pounds.
I think it's about 6 feet tall and
Okay.
3 to 4 feet wide. Like you could just barely fit it into the opening of the bag of holding.
Mm-hmm. And basically, the bag of holding is full right now, right? Because of that.
Yeah, between that and all the other statues and stuff you've got in there.
This is a
And
real
that-
abuse of the bag of holding.
The
Yeah.
the 50-foot handy dandy ladder thing, mabob that Kai constructed.
That has been the most useful thing ever.
I know,
really
that's
is.
so useful.
It's like the crowning achievement of Kai's career at this point.
Yeah. Oh, that's top of my CV. Top of my CV. That is.
Right?
Can
That's gonna
craft
get
multi-useful.
you jobs. What a ladder. I'm sorry, I'm getting tickled again. What were you talking about? What
The
were
bag
you
of
talking
holding.
about?
The statue.
Oh
on
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
wagon.
So okay, that
I
sounds
mean, is
like
it worth
maybe.
Taking it out of the bag of holding to have them pack it, or is that going to be a bigger pain in the butt than it? Is it better off staying in the bag of holding?
It's heavy, right? Well, I think we can make room in a wagon. It's just, it's gonna have to be one of the wagons that's pulled by oxen. It sounds like. Actually, we'll make room for it, but maybe not right away. Like once we get a little bit more travel on, we'll start using some of the stores, some of the livestock feed stores, and that might make it even more room for it. Lighter load. We'll have space for the weight. I don't know. I'll tell you once you get to the gate.
All right.
Okay.
I'll keep it under consideration. She gives you like this like helpful but non-committal smile.
I give the helpful yet non-committal thumbs up back.
All right, great. Good day. Well, I have a lot to do. You don't have any more questions for me?
No.
Don't think
Did
so.
she get a
Not
bag
right
of
now.
gold out? Did she get a bag of gold out? Was she gonna do something?
Oh,
with
yeah,
that?
right.
The important things.
I don't know what it is. I always have this mind blank. I always forget to pay you. What is that about?
I don't know, but I do like the Kai's on the ball with the gold.
Naturally.
But I'll extend you like say another 100 gold each
Yeah.
for for your services.
Okay. She would just add.
I was
100
gonna
gold.
dump it on you.
Okay.
Boop. Okay, so everybody's 100 gold richer. And so she kind of says, see you later. And she kind of bustles out running last minute errands. So you've had breakfast. You got about 3 hours before you have to meet to run any errands that you have outstanding, and then we can fast forward to leaving this place.
Yay! Alright,
Uh,
so I need to get my shield repaired. And remind me what the squirrel cloak did.
Summon squirrels.
As in actual live squirrels.
Yes, they're probably fey squirrels, but they're squirrels. It's like a swarm of squirrels to fight with you.
But then if they fight with me and they die, will I feel guilty about it?
If they're fey squirrels that you've summoned, they don't really die.
Okay, then I would like to go get the cloak of squirrels then afterwards.
Okay.
That's me. That's my morning sorted. Don't know what you guys want to do.
And your shield, there is a blacksmith. There's a blacksmith a little bit to the north.
Mhm.
It's Sharon and Sons, where you can easily pick up. You can easily pick up another shield.
I mean, that's it. Is there an option for a better shield?
There might be. So I was just like looking up the cloak of squirrels.
Since I have so much money, and I suppose it depends on how much the cloak of squirrels is as well.
Just to make it, while wearing this cloak, you can use an action to expend 1 charge to cast the Legion of Rabid Squirrels spell. And that is in the Deep Magic book, which you theoretically have loaded.
Oh, cool.
You don't need to be in a forest to cast the spell from this cloak, as the squirrels come from within the cloak. When the spell ends, the swarm vanishes back inside the cloak. Let's see, the spell, the range is 60 feet, its concentration up to a minute. But you know, when things come from an item, I usually treat it like you don't have to maintain concentration like you do with casting a spell.
Right, it's just cast it in the there
It's
sort
just
of thing.
casting it, yeah, and it's like the item itself is fulfilling the concentration requirement. Okay, so you call forth a legion of rabbit squirrels to descend from nearby trees at a point that you can see within range. The squirrels form a swarm that uses the statistics of a swarm of poisonous snakes, except for it has a climbing speed of 30 feet rather than a swimming speed. The legion of squirrels is friendly to you and your companions. It has its own turns. It will obey your verbal commands. And if you don't issue any commands, it defends itself from hostile creatures.
Okay.
If you move farther than 60 feet away from the squirrels, the spell will end.
Okay.
Oh,
sounds good to me.
And dogs, wolves, foxes, wargs have disadvantage on attack rolls against the squirrels. Oh, or on attack rolls against targets other than the squirrels. Okay, that's funny.
You mean they're distracted by the squirrels, so anything else they attack,
dogs
right?
and wolves are distracted by the squirrels, so they've got to attack the squirrels, or else they have disadvantage. What was the other thing I was looking up? Oh, the other shields you might have. Let me see, because I think I wrote out a thing of what's in stock at this smithery. So yeah, they have regular shields. There is a shield that does require attunement, but it's called a relentless bulwark.
Okay.
Let me see if I can share this.
I'm going to be skint by the end of this shopping trip.
Okay, that's what that does.
Okay.
So it's still, I think it still only it still only increases your armor class by 2, like a normal shield would, but it has extra strength.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. I will buy that. Yeah. I mean, would they take my damage shield as partial sort of
Part exchange.
part exchange?
Do a persuasion
Yeah.
check.
Okay, and I would just casually mention that we've done like a massive favour the town, and Captain Kitty is in our debt, and persuasion.
Do your persuasion.
Wow, that was a shitty roll.
I didn't
Oh,
see
it
the
didn't
roll.
roll. All right,
It
hang
didn't
on, let me
roll,
do it again.
again.
No, it didn't roll. Persuasion. Why is? It's because I dropped it on the Oh, still
Oh.
crap.
roll.
God damn it!
They're like, no, that shield is crap. It wasn't worth that much to begin with.
Boo. All right, how much?
For this shield, they would like 600 gold.
Why? It says 100 to 500.
There's a certain amount of markup. That's just for us to break even.
How much? How much is gold in plat? Is it 100 gold per plat?
10 gold per plat.
10 gold, so that'd be
60
plat.
platinum.
All right, I can afford that. I've got 400 plat.
Yeah, you've got 400 plat. What are you whinging about?
Listen,
Giant Yorkshire lass, that's what
yeah,
it is.
exactly. There's a reason.
4,000 gold. Come on.
So,
That's what happens when you're from Yorkshire.
it's a well-known trait. We don't like to part with our money.
Aye.
This is the first thing you bought all campaign other than bubble bath.
The bubble bath was important. Right, 60 plat. Then I will deduct 60 plat.
Okay.
Oh, but would they throw in a couple more javelins because I've used 2?
Make another persuasion check.
Oh my god! These people are tight. That's not bloody rolled again. Why is it not doing that? That was a 13 as well, you bastard.
Let me
Hang on.
Let me clear.
Hang
just
on.
in case
Sorry,
the-
it's because I'm. Oh, you sod!
Come on.
It's getting better.
I love how
But
it
I rolled.
wobbles
a
back and
13.
forth.
Sad. Okay. How much for a couple of javelins? I mean, I do only need 2.
That shield would have gotten you like 5 gold at most, you know. Chump change. All right. So, two javelins.
Miss, please.
It'll cost you 1 gold.
Shucks, I can manage that.
I know it's really dear. So you're at the smithy. You notice they have a couple other interesting things. There seems to be there's a longsword made out of cold iron. There seems to be like a fancy fishing tackle. As well as a pretty nice knife that's labeled survival knife.
Okay.
Some gleaming armor. And there are a few sets of +1 leathers.
Cold iron is for.
And a +1 chainmail. Cold iron, I think, is for Fae and demons, maybe. Let me see if it says in the description. No, just treating it as when used against Fae, this is considered magic in terms of resistance. And does an
Okay.
extra 1d6 slashing damage against Fae. I thought Cold Iron did something else, but that just might be DDO rules.
It could be, yeah. And in terms of, I mean, how does the armor stack with what I'm currently wearing? Because I'm wearing heavy armor at the moment. Where do I see what my heavy armor is?
Main page. So your AC is 17, and that's 1 with your shield. So 16.
But it'll be 2 when I get the new shield, yeah?
So 16 is the base. You only get a +1 dexterity bonus max if you had if you're wearing armor that gives you dexterity bonus. So I'm checking out the chainmail. Okay. No, it would be the same thing. Oh no, would it be 1 more?
No, it up my AC.
I don't think there'd be any difference. It would still give you disadvantage on stealth checks if you bought +1 chainmail. But the base armor would be 17. So with a shield, your armor would be 19.
Okay.
With your new
then, shield. Right. Then let's chuck that in as well then.
But it's pretty pricey.
Oh, alright. How much is it?
It's 2,500.
You know, I'll skip for now. It's fine.
You still got a click of squirrels to think about.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Anybody else have purchasing interests?
I'm trying to think of what I would want to buy.
Did I already
I
give
guess
you?
I could go window shopping, I guess, and see if there's anything really cool that would.
Yeah. Do you have anything in mind that might interest you?
A way to fly would be kind of cool.
If only we'd stolen them boots off that kid.
I know.
Only.
If only.
If only. Roll a just roll a d20.
Holy cow.
Okay, let me do another shot.
No.
I feel like I'm gonna regret this.
Suddenly, Yelena knows how to fly.
Out of nowhere.
So, Terrell, you got your new shield. Did I give you that shield?
I don't think so. And I'd also like to get rid of my old one. So I will just give it to the blacksmith. Unless there's any reason to keep it for... Well...
I don't see the shield in your inventory. I'm so confused.
I've got damage shield in my inventory. It's labelled.
Oh, it's labeled damaged. Okay, no wonder I can't find it.
Yeah.
It's me saying, oops, oops, oops. Yeah, like I was giving you the other shield and I think I got distracted in the middle of giving you the other shield. Unless it's under... Okay, no, I didn't give it to you. This is me failing to get things to work. There you go. Relentless Bulwark.
Fabulous.
Equipped and attuned. So your armor should be 18 now? Yes, it is.
Yay.
All right, so that's you sorted on that thing. Now, as for the other thing,
I mean, what was Helena's roll 20 for?
natural 20 was a karma roll as to whether or not she would find anything that allowed her to fly.
Mm.
And this is me buying some time. Figure out what the hell.
Where it is and what is it?
Yeah, where we're gonna land on this thing.
I mean, just roll. You can roll some dice.
As you're walking down the street, back toward the alchemy shop where Terrell's been like scratching her chin, being like, you know, I can't stop thinking about that cloak of squirrels. You know, I feel like I might go back and check about that, see how much he's charging for it, just in case. And on the way there, you pass by a tailor shop. And most of the tailor shop, the front window is occupied by wizards' hats and like little promises that they're arch wizard, you know, endorsed by the rods of Secomber. And then there's like a little star underneath that says not endorsed by the archwizard Elminster. But like it's kind of like they're trying to sell Elminster style hats there for the tourists without getting into any kind of copyright infringement. As well as there's like a bunch of just ornate outfits and just glamorous suits and finery and millinery. And you notice in the window though a nice pair of golden boots that have little white wings on the ankle. They're lace up. I feel like they might be a little bit of a hassle to keep clean. I mean, you're thinking like, oh, that's probably impractical for the mire, but like, they look suspiciously like the boots that little CC Greengrow won back at the raffle in Rouge Fair.
Did the little ingrate pawn them? And they showed up here?
Her parents might have done.
It's like they could have gotten taken away.
Parents like, nope. Not dealing with it.
If you can't use these boots responsibly, you're not going to have them.
If they ever got him down. All right, so I guess it gets my attention. So we're walking past the store. I guess I go into the store.
So you go into the store.
Yeah.
Can I help you?
Yeah. I saw some boots in the window there. I was sort of interested in checking out. Can you tell me more about those?
Oh, they're wicked boots. They're enchanted.
Excellent.
Not only are they quite stylish, but they allow you to fly. For brief periods, of course. Not permanently.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to tell me what they cost?
Oh!
And how long for? I mean, it's not good if you only fly for like 2 minutes.
Oh, well, okay, so these boots have flying speed equal to your walking speed. You can use the boots up to 4 hours. All at once or in several shorter flights.
And when can you reuse them? Or is it only 4 hours total?
They recharge for 2 hours for every 12 hours they are in use.
Okay.
So if you go a full day without using them, the boots recharge completely.
Gotcha.
Oh, and you can own these for a most reasonable price of 750 gold.
4 hours of flying a day for 750 gold is not bad.
I know.
It's practically a steal.
Now, can you carry anybody? Is there a weight limit?
Oh, there's definitely a weight limit. You can't carry anybody heavier than, say, maybe a halfling,
Okay, so
a
light
gnome.
load.
So
To be on
Kai,
the
you'd be
safe
alright with
side.
Kai.
A small child.
Okay,
Extra small child, perhaps. But anything more than that, I wouldn't risk it.
okay. No owl bears.
Oh. Can owlbears not fly?
I
I've
guess
never
they
been
can.
close enough to one to notice. But I assume owlbears are known to be rather large, so I would say no. This would probably not be practical for an owlbear.
So, do you have other enchanted? Is it all enchanted in here, or just certain items? Or
Oh no, this is one of our few enchanted items. We do have some very nice cloth garb, made out of the finest silk weave that is more defensive than a normal fabric garment. It's as tough as leather.
Terrell sort of nudges Kai.
It's as tough as leather. Oh, we have a few of those garments ready to wear. Otherwise, they can be made to order. But that is the enchanted.
Okay.
But some people just say garments of fine quality are magic.
Hmm.
oh, do you do color analysis here, where you tell what season you are?
She observes that you're wearing all green. She's like, "Dear,
I'm in autumn, right?
I think you have very specific tastes."
Mostly green.
Because it's unfortunately these boots, but because they're a magical item, I'm not sure we can dye them.
No, I think
I
I can
Might
break
be able to
with.
contract with someone at the university to perhaps perform an illusion on them and make them appear green.
I'm sure that I can live with the. I mean, what were they were gold again?
They're gold, yes.
Gold goes with the green. I can mix it up a little bit for flying.
We could get you a red hat and then you'd look like Christmas.
That's right.
We do have red hats. I don't know if I would recommend that, you being an autumn deer.
Burgundy. Yes, so I think I will buy those.
All right. 750 gold. Any hats? Any a scarf?
How much for the garment, the protection garments?
Oh, those are 125 gold.
Gold. Kai, do you want something like that?
Yeah, I'd like to look at the. What was it? Spider silk robes, were they?
They're like, let's see if I think I have a thing. What are you wearing something specifically right now?
Clothes.
I hope so.
Just clothes?
Yeah. I think so. What am I wearing? My. Oh, it's just a robe, innit? I'm gone. I could be walking around naked at this rate. I've got. Oh no. I'm wearing a ring of protection.
I'm gonna have to reskin an outfit. Pay me no mind.
No, I'm not wearing anything special, to be fair. Just, you know, Oh, wait a minute. Enlightened robes. Eladrin robes.
Eladrin robes. Oh, those were
Oh,
child
yeah.
size, though. Those were a gift from your uncle. They're basically
Oh.
still plain robes, but in the Eladrin style, but they're also child sized.
Right, I'm not wearing them then. Yeah, I'm naked.
So the
No,
attendant
no,
at the
that's-
store
Attendant at the store.
pulls out several items of clothing. But among them, you notice there is a set of looks like almost pajama-like a silk outfit.
Anything wizard like? I don't want to walk around looking like I'm going to bed. Is there like a wizard robe or robe type thing?
She digs in the clothing rack deeper and deeper and deeper.
She's going to Narnia.
Yes, she's going all the way to Narnia. And in the back, it's a little bit dusty. Like she's kind of like tries to hide it, but she's like knocking some dust off of it as she pulls it out from the very back of the rack. She finds another purple item that is like a robe.
Okay. Anything special
It's got big gold spiders on it.
about it?
It has a few along the collar, like where it fastens. It's fastened with these kind of like star-shaped silver buttons. But otherwise, it's quite plain and low-key. But I mean, it's purple. It's purple silk.
Okay.
So the
I can
purple
get on
silk
board
kind
with
of
purple
speaks
silk.
for itself.
Yeah.
And
is it... Go on.
She's a little sheepish. She's like, oh, this one, ooh, the tag. It's a little bit more expensive. Like 150.
150. And so what's the enchantment on it?
Well, it's the equivalent of wearing leather armor.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So, compared to clothing, but is
Is it
10% better? I don't know.
Okay, I think I'll have that.
All right.
Oh well, I'll try it on and see if it fits.
You try it on, and it is amazing because when you first start trying it on, you think, "Oh man, this is gonna be too long. I'm gonna need it to be hemmed, and I don't have time to wait for it to be hemmed." But because it's an enchanted garment, it shrinks to fit you perfectly.
Excellent.
And the sleeves just kind of, just retract and hit just right. So they're like perfect for like waving your arms about when casting spells.
Okay.
The train
I'll
isn't
take...
too long so that you're going to trip over it.
Yeah. Super. I'll take that then. So what was it? 150.
150. And
So is it
the
100
wing
plat?
boots,
Is it 100 platinum for 1 gold? Or I'm sorry, 1 platinum
10.
for 100 gold. 10.
10.
10
Yeah.
10
So,
gold per plat.
The boots are 75 plat, and the robe is 15 plat.
Gotcha.
Oh, and I didn't put it in your inventory. I'm closing all the items, and I'm not giving them to you. Okay, there's a purple silk robe in your inventory now, Kai. Should I mark it as equipped?
It marked it as equipped as soon as it went in.
Your armor class should be 12 now.
12, yes.
And then Yelena, boots. I dragged into the wrong thing. You got winged boots now, Yelena.
Woo! So that means somebody else can take the other boots.
The gallant footwear.
Gallant footwear.
What were them again? Sorry, the ability score.
Yes.
Does it have to be a low ability score, or can it be any ability score?
One of your lower ones.
Shoot. It's up to you. What's yours? Your first page tells you what your ability scores are.
I've wisdom, charisma, strength.
I mean, if you took them and improved your strength, it gives you a bit more carry ability, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, if you don't want the boots, I'll take them.
I'm not fussed.
So, Bonnie, do you want to drag those to
Yeah, sure.
Kai's?
Just see me clicking on the wrong things.
This is where I find out this was your plan for improving my wisdom when I took druid levels.
It was one of the plans.
Oops, sorry.
Oh well, we can pass them on when you decide to take druid levels.
But I have
I think
other.
it's-
There are
Alright.
other ways we can deal.
Okay.
Like when you next increase ability scores, I'll let you respend points. When you like hit level 8.
Okay.
Okay, do you have guile footwear now? Yes, you do.
I do, yes.
Lastly, alchemy shop. Cloak of
Yes.
Squirrels.
Squirrel cloak.
Cloak of squirrels. Cloak of squirrels.
Okay, so Bench Bloomwiffler, he's just opening for business, and he's like, "Oi, hey, long time no
Hey.
see, haha."
Yes. How are you?
Doing wonderfully.
I'm sure you are, now that we helped you out getting your stuff back.
Yeah. Can I help you?
Yeah, when we were here yesterday, there was a cloak of squirrels.
Ooh, fantastic item.
Well, that depends on how much it costs.
Well, it's pretty rare.
I'm fairly sure the key was as well that we got you.
But seeing as how you've been so helpful for my business, yeah, I could give you a buddy discount, and maybe only charge you like 450 gold. Think of all those squirrels.
I am. Believe me. Deal.
Woo! Easy money. Oh, well, do you want me to
What?
wrap it?
She.
Or do you
I look at
wanna
him.
you
I
wanna
stare
wear
at him. I would like to wear it now.
Okay. So he unfurls his wool brocade cloak that has all the little squirrels and tree branches all over it.
I reach for it. And then as he hands it over, I grab his arm and just say, "You're not ripping me off, are you?"
Oh, of course not. Buddy's discount.
Okay, because I would be really upset if I found out that you were.
I am an upstanding business person. Even if I am short. You have a cloak of squirrels now.
I do. Right, how much was it again? Sorry.
It was 450. So 45 plat or 450 gold.
Trying to so 45, 42. Right. Okay, reduce me plat. Terrell stands there with a big smile on her face.
Looking looking 100% more squirrely.
Yep.
So, any more shopping to be done?
Should I buy some more alchemy supplies?
You can certainly buy some more alchemy supplies.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Or you could trade him like you did last time.
No, well, no, I'll keep all my other bits and bobs just for now, just in case. But
Okay.
I'll buy some.
How much alchemy supplies are you buying?
Well, how much do they cost?
Pretty much the amount of alchemy supplies that you're buying.
Okay, so if I make it up to 50 again, so if I buy 45.
Okay. So just top off your GP alchemy to 50. Subtract your 45 gold. And you are good to go.
All right, let's blow this joint.
All right. So you it's getting late in the morning and you head east. Well, you check out of the inn.
Oh yeah, do we have to pay for that, or is somebody paying for us?
I think Lady
Business.
Belafana or somebody was paying for it. I think it was like caravan rent. Yeah, you were. I don't think you were paying for
Okay.
it. I think you were paying for your food, but not for the board. As you depart the alchemy shop, you make a left turn on what is labeled Delimbiyr Road, and you start heading east. And there seems to be a steady amount of wagon traffic. As you make the turn, looking to the south, you see that there is a little bit of a legion squadron. What do you call it? It's like a group of the militia are marching up the south road.
Like a squadron?
Yeah, a squadron is marching up back towards the north of the town. And it seems that they are escorting several manacled people in the midst of them. And make insight checks.
I'm just here to do the sucky rolls as normal. Oh, no, we're all crap.
Yep.
Yeah, we're all fawning over our new purchases.
Man, that's brutal. I mean, you got 2 natural 20s this session, but like that right there is kind of sad. But they've obviously arrested some people. There's a good maybe 10, and you see them being marched to the north. You don't recognize any of the faces specifically, but
Okay.
apparently the militia has been busy rounding somebody up.
Okay.
You continue
So
heading
hopefully...
east.
Sorry, go on.
That's it. I was just saying you continue heading east. So you were saying?
Well, I was just going to say that hopefully it means one of our tips has paid off even if we don't recognise.
So after a little bit of walking, you spot the caravan. True to her word, Lady Belafana has mustered everyone together, and you recognize Noodles Fabian with the brunt of the livestock, along with Terry, your old mate, with his pigs. Charmandy Little, and what's her name, the carpenter. They've all climbed up into wagons, as well as the soldiers like Harkon and was it Sergeant Pulte maybe was the veteran guy, and the different outriders that were amongst Jomont's men that you recognized. The one scout named Quiver, Badger Sweeney, Ragnar Redtooth, and several other people who are moving east to settle in Parnast amongst the wagons. I'm just going to pretend that you've picked up your horses. If you had horses. I think you may have ridden horses, but all horses that were with the caravan have been checked out as well. And people are mounting up. And Lady Bilifana, she approaches you. Says, "Are you ready to go?"
I think so. Where's your wyvern? She's
Oh.
safe?
She's I told her to wait for me in the Southwood, so she should meet us yeah, in about a day. I'll start looking for her.
Okay.
Have we got Sprinkles? We didn't leave her anywhere.
You've got Sprinkles with you.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, the I guess you left her outside the shop when you went to the tailor's. Because the tailor's like, I haven't seen that many owlbears. And that's just the DM forgetting the tan owlbear with you. Derp-a-derp-a-der. But Lady Bellafly's like, I think I got space in this wagon for your statue. We can tie it down. So it doesn't wiggle about too much. But probably weighs enough that it's not going to budge.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
But
Cool.
yeah.
Then free up some space.
So that takes like an extra like 15 minutes to kind of finagle maneuvering the statue out of the bag of holding.
I've got this image of us trying
and
to pull
into the wagon, but there's all these soldiers that are they're beefy, brawny enough that can help out and kind of support Terrell with that task. Unlike at the Emporium when like it was Yelena and Kai having to worry about how they're going to move this heavy statue. You got some actual people who can bench press something now on the case. So it, maybe like 6 of them work together is pretty easy for them once they get it out of the bag to lift it and maneuver it into the back of a wagon that's being pulled by oxen. So everybody mounts up and you head toward the river gates. And the river gates are slightly different from the main gate that you use to enter Secomber in that they lead to the bridges that cross the river. So it's a bit of a drawbridge moat kind of situation that's been made of the river passageway. And as you hear a noon bell chime, the guards at the river gate lower the bridge, connecting it to a centerpiece that has been built up, allowing for passage across the river. In the rest times of the day, these are kept upright so that boat traffic can move freely down the Unicorn Run. So as the caravan slowly maneuvers over this bridge, you get a look around to the west coast of the river, the west bank of the river, and you see all of the sandbags that have been piled up to prepare for the defenses in case there was a cultist attack. You see the 2 statues of the wizards standing on either shore side, partially in the water, ready to defend. And you see not only a few of the gargoyles mounted on towers, but you see a small regiment of them circling over the river. So the caravan progresses over the water. You're kind of relieved that it looks still. It looks like a normal, everyday kind of, maybe not a ton of people going about their business, but a small number of normal people doing their work, fishing in the river, a few boats passing. There are other caravans leaving town along with you, headed east. You see a few groups of what looks like adventurers, likewise headed across the bridge towards parts that are what you know is the high moor to the southeast, where many adventurers seek fame and fortune. Once you cross the river, not long after that, you hear the sound of the drawbridge raising again, closing off traffic. You hear some shouts and talking that it won't be open again until morning. And on the east bank of the river, you notice that this section isn't quite as fancy as the rest of the town. The rest of Secomber has more of a kind of Disney World, fantasy village glamour to it. This side of the river is more of the same kind of, this is rustic, savage frontier outpost kind of pop-up buildings, and everything's dustier, everything's muddier. The streets are, other than the Delimbiyr Road, they're a little bit, everything's worn and a little bit threadbare. You pass, there's, you see like one inn, and you see a little sign for an adventurers guild. You see like a dilapidated neighborhood and pick out a few perhaps shady types loitering outside. There are a few kids that run up beside the caravan trail. They beg for coins as you wheel past. And it, yes.
I was going to say Terrell just grab some coppers and throws them.
The little kids pick up the coppers, and they notice that they're coppers, and then they like give you like a hand sign.
I can't bloody win, can I?
They're yelling, "Cheapskate!" And then they run off and they go to like the next wagon to try to beg for coins from them.
Just hear his little voice saying, "I'm from Yorkshire!"
Oh dear. And finally you reach the east gate, and beyond the east gate you see the open Delimbiyr Road beyond Secomber. It strikes you that though you've only been in Secomber for a few days, it seems like you've been there for months.
Mm-hmm.
Like forever. It's hard to imagine that, you've only been here maybe 2 days, because it has been filled with all sorts of problems and crises to solve, and you've barely been able to catch your breath. It's strange as well to consider that the three of you have only known each other for a month. Terrell and Yelena, maybe a 10-day longer than that. But given the number of problems you've had to deal and how far you've come, it seems weird that you have only known each other for such a short amount of time. But that is the way that adventuring goes. And you can't help but wonder how long it's going to take, as you kind of feel like you're finishing a chapter departing this town of Secomber. And you wonder, as you head out towards your ultimate destination, the village of Parnast, just how long it's going to take to get there, and
At least
what
4
you might
years.
see, what you might encounter on the way. But you're on the road. and the wagon, the caravans make steady time. And I think I'm going to actually change something. Since we are no longer in Secomber, let's get rid of that background map of Secomber and give a nice little trail map of where you are along the Delimbiyr Road. So
Is that going to get updated as we move along?
it is. It really, really
Yay!
is, because I'm just
Fantastic.
that obsessed. So you set out. It was noon by the time you left, but you get a good half. You have an opportunity for a good half day's travel. So somebody roll a d20.
Not me. I've done shit so far.
Oh, that'll do.
Oh, pretty good. Unless we needed to roll low.
Yeah,
and-
exactly.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Roll a d8.
You want me to roll again?
Yeah.
All right. You travel for a couple hours, but then the caravan encounters a gully carved into the roadway by the flooding of the nearby Delimbiyr River. The water and mud are deep enough to make crossing with the wagons and livestock difficult and precarious. It slows you down, so you don't make as much progress as you were necessarily hoping for the day. Only get a couple miles out, and by night falls, you're able to camp. But you think rather than it being just a 2-day trip to the next town along the road, which is Zelbros, it's going to probably take you more like 2.5. You camp for the night?
Yeah.
Everybody long rests again? Kai, you have another 4 hours to do something?
Can I forage or?
You can forage.
Stuff?
I want to make sure that is a survival check, right? Survival, in this case, it's going to be survival or a nature.
My nature's better than survival.
You do recover some ingredients. Now, I didn't ask you what you were like scavenging for specifically, if you were scavenging for anything specific.
Well, Kai's not that experienced with alchemy, so you know whatever he finds, and you know as he moves on in his alchemy journey, then I'm sure he'll get used to knowing what he's looking for.
If you like specify something specific, you might have a chance of like discovering something less mundane ingredient. But as it stands, you've successfully gathered 20 gold more alchemy supplies.
Okay, that'll do.
Morning rises, day rises, sun rises, whatever that phrase is. You have another breakfast. Ragnar Redtooth is pushing his beans and oatmeal again. Alas.
Yeah.
No better cooking options were recruited while you were in Secomber. So everyone begrudgingly eats breakfast, I guess. And you get in the wagons for yet another day of travel. Someone else roll a 20.
Go on, Kai, your turn.
Roll a d8. All right, everybody make a perception check.
Terrell's asleep on the horse.
Yelena, you spot up ahead there's what looks like a body in the road. They're also off to on the southern bank. You spot what looks like a caravan has crashed into the burgeoning forest off to the side.
Okay, so I alert everybody.
I will get the caravan to stop.
Yeah.
Okay, the caravan slows down about 100 feet away from the body in the road.
Is it a trap?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
The crashed caravan seems to be like directly south of it, but it's, you know, to the south, a good 200 feet.
It's on this side of the river, though, yeah?
Yeah, it's toward the riverside. There's there's trees that have kind of like, you can see like in the distance there's the trees of the Southwood, but like they're trees frequent enough except for where the riverbank directly is and where there's been like say construction or an outpost. There's frequent trees littered around because you know that in the past this whole area used to be the high forest. It's just between time and settlers and wars and the spell plague, like the whole high forest is kind of split apart like Pangea into continents.
Okay, well...
So it's like a wooded area along the northern bank, but it's to the south of the road.
My thoughts is either we get Yelena to go scout, or I can send my snake. It's up to you.
Fly. I can fly.
Oh, you
overhead.
can fly! You
I
can
know.
fly!
This is exciting. Get a chance to break in the boots.
Just look out for people with bows and arrows.
Yeah. Hopefully they wouldn't be looking up.
Actually, you know what? If you're going to do that, maybe I send a snake just in case, and then we've got two.
You send your snake.
Yeah.
So you pull out your jade staff and you summon the snake.
I say, I want you to go scout that crashed caravan and look for anyone hiding, but don't attack them. Stay hidden. Unless they attack Yelena, and I point to Yelena, who's hovering.
And Yelena, you're gonna fly and investigate what thing? The road guy, the body in the road?
Yeah, just overhead to see if I can see anything.
Okay. So we'll resolve that first. Yelena, you kind of do a flyby the body in the road. How high up are you flying?
What's my max? I can't be too high because I won't be able to see anything.
I don't think there's a max per se. I mean, like normal like sky rules apply.
Run out there.
You know,
Exactly. I can pass out.
you fly too high and you run out of oxygen. But like, you have a pretty good sight. But for detail, I mean, but like, you fly the same speed as you walk, so 35 feet per 6 seconds. So it's not hard for you to do like a little swoop by.
Yeah.
Do another perception check. All right, a 19 is very good. So you do your flyby, and you notice that the corpse looks like it's been there a while. It's bloated. And the seams of like the shirt and pants that it's wearing, or trousers, not for the British people, shirt and trousers, they're almost like ripping at the seams. And you can tell that there's like a swarm of insects flying around it. You notice there is a weighted coin purse on the body's belt. And you pick up, there's a strange hum almost vibrating from the corpse, as well as you notice a fancy gold ring on one of the fingers.
So do I think that ring is causing the hum? It's a magic item.
Do insight. With a 15, I'm going to say you're not an expert in magic items, but it's not your first dead body. And you feel almost like when you got to look at it, you almost felt like with the buzzing of the bees, I'm not the bees, but like the not the bees, with the flies or the insects that are circling this body, you almost get this sixth sense that the sound comes from the body itself.
Oh my god, is he being infested with bugs?
Meanwhile, at the coach with the snake, have the snake roll perception.
Oh god, do I have a thing for it?
Let's see if I have your snake. I think I have your snake somewhere. I do have your snake somewhere. But let me see if I can remember how to do this. Did that do something?
I can see the thing. Right, so it's a check, so it's a wisdom check.
Perception plus 2.
Oh.
So it's 19. Okay. So you don't communicate you don't communicate directly with your snake? So I don't think you can directly communicate with your snake?
No. Not from a distance.
So it slivers off for a while. And you hear kind of a few shuffling sounds coming from the direction of the carriage. And then you hear this like really harsh, sharp neigh of a horse. So your snake is coming swiftly back, like doing little S gyrations through the grass onto the road, right up your leg, and like kind of winding around your wrist, like please turn me back into a staff. And there's this horse that starts kind of galumping toward the caravan. And it keeps letting out these sharp, neighs and whinnies.
I can't speak with animals.
It doesn't say anything. You notice now that its gait is a little off balance, like its legs aren't completely working. And as it gets closer, Yelena, you look over and you see like normally the flanks of a horse would be like kind of smooth and shiny and their muscles would be defined. Now you pick out that this horse has ragged wounds on its side, on its forelocks, and on the flanks, and you start picking out signs that this horse has been torn apart, but it's still coming towards you.
How's your animal handling?
Let's see. I've got pretty good animal handling.
Okay, because mine's crap, so can we calm it down and then I can do lay on hands? Unless,
Is it
because
zombie horse?
that.
Undead? Can we tell? Or is it just in pain?
Do you have anything
Oh,
that
hang
might
on, I've
help
got
you?
some.
Otherwise, I'd say like do an insight check.
Hang on.
Wait, are we asking if it's an undead horse?
I can cast Divine Sense, which will allow me to know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet.
And I also have the most favored or favored enemy. Which
Oh,
means I
yeah.
would be sensing that.
Does that allow you to detect undead?
That's a good question. Does it allow me
Check
to?
and see if there's a range on it. But like with your divine sense, Terrell, you immediately pick up that this horse is undead.
Oh, shoot.
Okay. I have advantage on wisdom checks to track them, intelligence checks to recall information about them.
I just shout, it's dead. Sorry, it's not dead. It's
Undead.
walking dead. It's undead.
So the horse is
Fire!
looming
Kai,
closer
fire!
and closer and closer, and it's kind of it's not moving with the measured gait of a living horse. It starts to seem like it's shambling towards you, and as it gets closer and closer, now it's like within 30 feet, there's obvious signs that this is not a live horse. And there starts to be like shrieks among the caravan of dismay. And the horses that are in the caravan and the animals start to be nervous and disturbed.
Can I blow up my bow and arrow from up above and shoot it?
Yes, you can.
All right, let's do that. I'm trying to. Do I not get advantages on attacks of favored enemy?
I thought you would do, yeah.
I thought you would.
Let me look it up.
I just see advantage on wisdom checks and intelligence checks.
Because I think it's like knowledge and stuff.
Yeah, it's just knowledge. Yep, that's it. That's an undead.
Language.
The undead language.
That helped you with cultists too.
Yeah.
I think you got primordial or something, or you should have primordial.
Well, anyway, let's shoot it.
Just shoot it.
Just roll on the window, I guess.
Yeah. So you do 10 damage to this horse, and it lets out another whinny. It doesn't drop. Just it like kind of rears up itself with its like, undead hooves, and it shows you this gruesome underbelly where you can see its ribs and parts of viscera that have been raked by some clawed creature. You see, you pick out what to you would think are teeth marks from a wild animal.
Okay, I got a second attack, right?
Yes. All right, another 10 damage, and this undead horse keeps approaching the caravan, and it seems like it is determined, and it's headed straight towards one of the horses leading a wagon. And just as it has reached one of these horses, and it's kind of baring its square teeth, you pull your second shot and drop this zombie horse.
Woo!
But I have to make let me make a roll. And it's dead. Again, or it seems like it's dead. It's still.
Okay. So I guess the question is, what raised it? Because if we're out in the middle of the nowhere and it was attacked by someone, it wouldn't just come back to zombie form by itself, would it?
Would I know what made it?
Can we check the horse to see if there's anything odd on it?
Examining the wounds on the horse, the damage looks to be like a wild animal. You can do a survival check to see if you can identify the type of creature that made the wounds.
Oh, cool! I get an advantage on this because it's undead related to the undead. Glad I got that.
Both of you, because a 17 is enough as well. You pick out that you think it looks like a wolf. This is in line. This is in keeping with the damage that a wolf attack would do.
Okay, well that wouldn't make it undead.
Yeah, right.
So there's somewhat weird going on. Did you spot anything by the wagons?
Did
Wagon.
Your horse came back very quickly, and then the undead horse. I said your horse. Your snake came back very quickly, and
Yeah.
the undead horse was came from the wagon. So it's like your snake maybe disturbed the undead horse or brought its attention. And on that, because I said we were going to end early.
Oh yeah.
Yep, it's time.
On that kind of cliffhanger of a mystery in the road, that's where we will end the session. I never drank my second shot of moonshine. But hey, you're out of Secomber.
And already in trouble.
Finally.
You've dropped off what's his name? At least for a little while. Terrell doesn't have to put up with what's his name.
Indeed.
You didn't see him before you left.
No, I didn't. I specifically didn't mention looking for him or anything. I'm like, nope, go.
Yeah. So so tell me, like, what is Terrell thinking about how the situation has panned out? Having a couple days free of Jomont Shieldbriar, plus that he's theoretically, or what you've been told is that he's staying behind for a couple of days to wait for his men, as well as he has to recover for some injuries.
I mean, I just don't trust him or like him, and I just think he's a bit dodgy around Bellafauna. So I guess I'd want to know. I don't know. Maybe I'd try and at some point have a chat with her to see what happened that night, why he was injured, and I don't know. It's just something I can't put my finger on about him. I just don't trust.
Okay, so that's something for next session, along with undead horses. Yay!
Right.
Okay. So yay!
Fab.
Now we already have the next time we play.
Did we say it was the 20th?
2 weeks? Is it 2 weeks from now? Yeah, the
Yeah, I think
20th.
so. Yeah,
Is that
Yeah.
still cool?
I think so.
And we'll
Yeah,
play
I
like
think we're still fine.
normal from 1 to 4.
Yep.
On
Yep.
the 20th. Yeah, you're on the road. You're headed east. It's awesome. Yay. I'm so happy for you. And you've bought some loot?
I can fly?
You can fly. The only reason why you got wing boots is because you rolled a natural 20.
Well, if
Clutch.
there was a time to roll it, that was it.
Clutch, natural 20.
Like, otherwise it was going to be something like a scroll of flying for like Kai's spellbook or something. It wasn't going to really help you that much. Well, it would help him. What was the other natural 20? I feel like there was another clutch natural 20 that happened.
Yeah, one of that was Kai.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what it was.
Maybe it wasn't clutch. I felt like it was significant though, but now I don't remember. I'll have to. Well, I guess I'll be watching it back when I archive the thing, so I'll find out soon enough. All right. Well, thank you for playing this extra session. I feel glad that we have moved on.
Yeah, it was nice. Got some shopping in and like you say, moved on.
Exactly.
Because I gave you so much stuff to worry about in Secomber that we could have easily wound up there another 6 months if you actually tied up every loose end. And, yeah, I think it was time. Once you reached a point where I was like, they need to be leveling up to 6 now. We really need to be getting out of here. We need to move on.
Oh dear.
All right, well, have a good rest of your weekend.
Yeah, you too, everybody.
You too. And I hope you finish healing.
Yeah. Yeah, you too, Kim.
Yeah, how is moonshine for COVID?
Well, I mean, it helps with like a cough.
I guess so. Loosens up stuff.
Yeah. Man. Is this the first time you got COVID?
Yeah, this is the first time.
I
I've managed to dodge it.
That was like something like I kind of felt like I failed.
I just cracked up. I'm like, well, I mean, and all things considered, it's not been bad, and it should not be bad considering I've gotten 5 shots over the past 3 years to keep me from getting this. It's like, yeah, it better not be bad.
Thank you vaccinations for making it mild.
Yes,
but I was like, after 4 years of like avoiding it, it finally got me at Christmas.
Yep.
Yeah, typical.
Yeah.
It's when everyone's out in it. Everyone's out socializing. It's going to be the time to get you.
Everybody's worrying about.
And guard is finally really, really down. I mean, did I tell you all I was on my flight back from Jamaica? My friend I went with had it. I didn't get it.
Yeah, and you didn't get it.
So I was starting to think, oh, maybe I'm immune to this. I'm like, nope. It mutated. It found its way in.
Yes, it mutated just for you.
Like, just for me. My special variant.
It's the Kim variant.
It's like, we're going to get this woman.
They're picking off the list. The people who haven't had COVID. Oh well.
Hang on. Rachel's trying to say something, but she's just not coming through. And hang on.
She's broken.
Yeah, no,
there we go.
All right. Yeah, no, I was just going to say, well, I hope you all feel better soon. And
Well,
I'll speak to you on 20th.
Yeah. We'll see you guys then.
All righty then.
Alrighty.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
buddy.
Bye-bye.
See you later, guys.